The ocean covers over 70% of our planet. It has existed for over 3.5 billion years. It contains 97% of all the water on Earth. And yet, despite all of that, despite centuries of exploration, despite satellites and submarines and sonar technology, we have explored less than 20% of it. Think about that. The largest thing on our planet, the thing that makes Earth visible from space as a blue marble, is almost entirely unknown to us. What lives down there? What exists in those crushing dark depths? What sounds echo through those underwater mountain ranges? Most of it has never been seen by human eyes. These 10 ocean facts will make you feel like you've been looking at our planet completely wrong your entire life. Fact 10. The ocean is on average 12,100 feet deep. That number doesn't sound terrifying until you put it in context. The tallest building ever built, the Burj Khalifa, stands at just over 2,700 feet. You could stack 4 of them on top of each other and still be nowhere near the average ocean floor. But the average depth is just the beginning. The deepest point on Earth is the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean, plunging nearly 36,000 feet straight down. If you took Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on land, and dropped it into the Mariana Trench, the peak would still be over a mile underwater. The scale of the deep ocean isn't just impressive, it's almost impossible to comprehend. Fact 9. At the surface of the ocean, the water pressure is roughly 14.7 pounds per square inch, the same as the air pressure we feel every day. Descend to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, and that number becomes over 15,000 pounds per square inch. That is more than 1,000 times the pressure at the surface. Submarines built specifically to withstand deep ocean pressure have been crushed like tin cans when something went wrong. An unprotected human body would be destroyed almost instantly. The bones would fracture, the lungs would collapse. The deep ocean doesn't just kill, it obliterates. And yet somehow life has found a way to exist there. Creatures that have evolved over millions of years to survive conditions that would kill everything we know about life on Earth. Fact 8. Here is something almost nobody thinks about. The ocean floor is essentially the world's largest museum, except nobody can get to it. There are more historical artifacts sitting on the ocean floor than in every museum on Earth combined. Thousands of years of shipwrecks line the seafloor across every ocean and sea on the planet. Ancient trade routes, warships, treasure galleons, vessels that carried entire civilizations' worth of goods, all of them sitting in the dark, perfectly preserved by the cold, the pressure, and the lack of oxygen at depth. Lost cities from ancient coastlines swallowed by rising seas thousands of years ago. Artifacts from cultures we haven't even discovered yet. The ocean isn't just Earth's greatest mystery. It's Earth's greatest archive. Fact 7. Most people, if asked where Earth's oxygen comes from, would say the rainforest. It's one of those facts repeated so often it feels like common knowledge. But it's wrong. The ocean produces over 50% of all the oxygen on Earth. The source is phytoplankton, microscopic plant-like organisms that float near the surface in numbers so vast they can be seen from space. Through photosynthesis, these tiny organisms quietly generate more than half of every breath you have ever taken. Every breath, your entire life. And most people have never heard of them. If ocean temperatures continue to rise and phytoplankton populations decline, which they are already doing, the consequences for breathable air on Earth would be catastrophic. Fact 6. Most people picture the ocean as a quiet, peaceful place. The reality is almost the opposite. Sound travels through water about 4 times faster than it travels through air, which means the ocean is incredibly efficient at carrying noise across enormous distances. Whale calls can travel thousands of miles through the deep ocean. Underwater earthquakes rumble constantly across the seafloor. Volcanic vents hiss and crack. Ships crossing the surface create noise that penetrates deep into the water. And beneath all of it are sounds that scientists have been recording for decades that still have no clear explanation. The ocean isn't silent. It is one of the noisiest places on the planet, and most of that noise comes from things we still don't fully understand. Fact 5. In August of 1997, scientists at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration detected one of the most powerful underwater sounds ever recorded. It originated somewhere in the deep Pacific Ocean. They named it the bloop. What made the bloop so unsettling wasn't just its volume. It was louder than any sound produced by any known animal on Earth, including the blue whale. It was the frequency pattern that disturbed researchers most. The sound had characteristics consistent with a living creature. NOAA's official explanation is that it was an ice quake, the sound of a massive Antarctic iceberg cracking and breaking apart. Most scientists accept this explanation, but the original recordings have never been fully matched to a confirmed source. The bloop remains one of the ocean's most debated mysteries. Fact 4. On the floor of the ocean, in several locations around the world, there are lakes. Actual lakes, with shorelines, surfaces, and even waves. They are called brine pools, and they form when water becomes so saturated with salt and minerals that it becomes denser than the surrounding seawater and sinks to the bottom, pooling into distinct bodies of liquid that don't mix with the ocean around them. They are eerie, almost alien in appearance, glassy surfaces sitting in complete darkness on the ocean floor. And they are almost universally deadly to marine life. Fish and other creatures that swim into a brine pool are immediately overwhelmed by the extreme salinity and lack of oxygen. They die within seconds, and their bodies are often found floating on the surface of the pool. It is one of the strangest and most unsettling things that exists on our planet. Fact 3. Below a depth of around 3,300 feet, no sunlight penetrates the ocean. None. The darkness is total and permanent. It has been that way for billions of years. And yet the deep ocean is filled with life. Creatures that have never seen light, that evolved in crushing pressure and near-freezing temperatures, that exist in an environment more alien than the surface of Mars. Many of them have solved the problem of darkness by creating their own light. Bioluminescence, the ability to produce and emit light through chemical reactions, is estimated to be present in over 75% of deep-sea creatures. Anglerfish dangle glowing lures to attract prey. Firefly squid pulse with blue light. Some jellyfish flash when disturbed. In the deepest parts of the ocean, the only light that exists is the light that living things make themselves. It is one of the most extraordinary adaptations in the history of life on Earth. Fact 2. The ocean contains an almost incomprehensible amount of salt. A single cubic mile of seawater contains over 25 million tons of it. Multiply that across all of Earth's oceans, and the total amount of dissolved salt is so vast that if you removed it all and spread it evenly across every landmass on the planet, it would form a layer nearly 500 feet thick. That is a layer of salt taller than a 40-story building covering every inch of land on Earth. The salt in the ocean comes from millions of years of rivers, washing minerals from rocks into the sea, from underwater volcanic vents, releasing minerals directly into the water, and from ancient geological processes that have been running continuously for billions of years. The ocean has been getting saltier for most of Earth's history, and it will keep getting saltier long after we're gone. Fact 1. Here is perhaps the most humbling ocean fact of all. We have more detailed maps of the surface of Mars than we do of our own ocean floor. NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter has mapped virtually the entire surface of Mars at high resolution. Meanwhile, only around 20 to 25% of Earth's ocean floor has been mapped with comparable detail. The rest is largely unknown. Entire mountain ranges taller than the Alps sit in permanent darkness on the seafloor, unseen by any human. Deep valleys that dwarf the Grand Canyon cut across the ocean floor without names or detailed charts. Ecosystems that may contain thousands of undiscovered species exist in the crushing dark. The greatest unexplored wilderness on Earth isn't a jungle or a desert or a distant planet. It's right here, beneath the water that covers most of our world. We have sent humans to the moon. We have landed robots on Mars. We have photographed galaxies billions of light years away. And yet the largest, deepest, most complex environment on our own planet remains almost completely unknown. The ocean doesn't just terrify, it humbles. If you want more facts that make you see the world differently, subscribe to CranialFacts. We post new videos every week. See you in the next one.